to the Open University here on BBC Two. It's just coming up to 6:30 in the morning, and we've just got one programme for you this morning on the Open University. Why we couldn't schedule this programme at a more reasonable hour, for example 9:30, I'm not quite sure. At the moment I'm sitting here in the Continuity Suite at BBC Television Centre. I've got a 3-bar electric fire in front of my feet, of which only 1 bar actually works. I had to leave my home at 5 o'clock this morning because I live quite some distance from Shepherd's Bush, and the public transport system at 5 o'clock in the morning isn't the same as it is at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's a very cold January Monday morning, and when I applied for a job here at the BBC, I imagined that I'd be introducing the Generation Game or Doctor Who, and instead here I am, banished to Television Centre in what is rightly called a graveyard slot. But if you're listening to me and watching this, you're not much better off than I am, are you, really? And I'm sure you'll enjoy what promises to be another gripping and action-packed programme in the Open University, as most of them often are. And it's coming up in a moment. It's another instalment in the 3rd module of navel gazing, which I'm sure is one of the most useful degrees you could obtain from this fascinating institution, and I assume it's going to consist of a man with a beard, possibly wearing glasses, talking about things that are going to be not much use to you in any walk of life. So it was well worth tuning in, wasn't it? And I must say, at least when this programme starts and during its duration, I might be able to catch up on some of the lost sleep that is a consequence of having to leave one's home at 5 o'clock in the morning to get into a television centre occupied by a doorman and a bunch of cleaners. So here goes. Happy learning, and I'll see you again soon to instigate the first of today's close down procedures.
If you're a regular viewer of the Open University, you won't be surprised to see a programme made by the Open University open with some stock footage, in this case an aeroplane. And now some more stock footage, this time a car, travelling along a country road. Probably going to cut to the driver, there he is, with his Cuban heels on, and here he comes again, round another corner, and more Cuban heels. And now a close-up of the steering wheel and the driver shot from the back seat, before one more final shot of the car itself. Classic Open University stock footage. And now of course we cut to his studio presenter, usually with some facial hair. In my case I've only got the moustache, not the beard. Then it's time for our graphics department to get in on the act. We usually have some form of animated diagram, the kind that wouldn't even make it past the first round of Screen Test's Young Filmmaker of the Year award. Then we're back to more stock footage, usually a workman in a workshop with some sort of drill or something like that. As you can see, this certainly fits the bill. It helps to pad the programme out and give the impression that we're actually talking about something vaguely interesting, And we all know there's nothing more interesting than a man working with a drill. But the unemployed actors that we use to take part in our little experiments on film aren't quite as dull and uninteresting as you might think. We do have time for fun and games. Here, two of the unemployed actors we used in this particular film are messing about with some technical equipment. We gave them this equipment in order that they could carry out some sort of experiment that would demonstrate a point we were trying to make. But as we've already forgotten what point we were trying to make, we said to them, just do what you want with it. So as you can see here, the pair of them decided to have a little game all to themselves. They got some ball bearings out. You can always have fun with ball bearings. It's better than signing on, which is what they'd be doing if they weren't taking part in this film. In fact, that's the sort of thing that could really liven up Christmas Day afternoon. We may even consider packaging this and selling it as a toy for brainy kids. Anyway, I think we'll leave them to it. But before we return to me in the studio, we had a little more fun and games. Here we've got a cube, some sort of box, some sort of weight, a little conveyor belt. This is another fun game we devised. And now it's back to the graphics department. And back to the film. This is classic standard Open University fare. It's putting something on the weight. Oh, and it's going down. And the conveyor belt's moving. The little cube. Oh, we're back to back to the film again. This is certainly fast-moving stuff. The production team have really learnt how to edit since I last presented an Open University program. There goes the cube again, and we're back to the graphics. Steel and brass. It's fairly straightforward, I think. No idea what's supposed to be happening here. I don't take the degrees, I just read the script. Don't know what the hell it's on about half the time. As you may have gathered, our scriptwriters are currently on strike, which is why I'm filling in this way. I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. Steel, brass and copper. And now we're back to me in the studio, but the graphics department haven't finished yet. One last surprise, as you can see, they've shrunk me and put me on a diagram. It looks as if I'm really tiny and standing on a huge piece of paper, but of course it's all camera trickery. Doesn't cost too much, which is just as well, because we don't have a massive budget here at the Open University. But let's have a little more fun. Look, me! And then we're back to animated diagrams. This is the graphics department excelling themselves one more time. What's going to happen here? Well, there's a man who's pulling a cube, a box, a large weight. There's two men doing it now, 3 men. Oh, and there's something on top of it now. Oh, there's 4 men, 5 men. This is getting exciting. What's going to happen next? I think they might be trying to pull it. I don't know what's going on top of the box. Looks like, I don't know, some sort of dildo or something. Anyway. Oh, another man, and another one. Oh, quite a little army going on there. They're trying to pull it and not getting anywhere. Bit of a metaphor for this program, I think. And then we cut back to me in the studio with 2 pieces of Meccano. Now, if you were a little boy and you grew up in the 1950s like I did, you remember Meccano. You could have minutes of fun with it, building cranes and all kinds of mechanical constructions. It was like having a little shipyard in your very own bedroom. Well, this is really fascinating to look at, but I think it's time we cut to somebody with a beard. Well, it wouldn't be the Open University without the sight of a beard somewhere during the program. But to round the program off, it would be incomplete without some sort of Oxford Don type figure. So here he is. Thank you, John. You're right. It wouldn't be the Open University without an Oxford Don type figure standing in front of a bunch of incomprehensible numbers. And to round off the program, more from our graphics department. And I'll leave you with this, safe in the knowledge that we've delivered everything you come to expect from the Open University. Stock film footage, men with drills, incomprehensible numbers and meaningless animated diagrams, and of course, men with beards, as well as an Oxford Don. I've done my bit, now I'm off to get pissed. Goodbye.
And the fourth module in navel gazing will be aired exactly 1 week from today at another ungodly hour, 6:35 in the morning. Again. And if by some strange quirk of fate you set your alarm clock for 6:30 instead of 7:30 and have stumbled upon this program by accident, you've probably been unaware that there's a whole secret world of television education at your very fingertips if you can be bothered to get up at 6:30 in the morning. If you can, welcome to my world. And if you're curious, you could apply to become a student at the Open University. Just look at the address on your screen now. Yes, you don't have to go to a university campus. You can just sit on your fat arse in front of your TV screen and do it first thing in the morning when everybody else is safely tucked up in bed. But that's the only program we've got this morning on the Open University. I'm wide awake now. I won't get to sleep again today. But for now, this is me saying goodbye, and we're now closing down.